Welcome to Alert Tales, where we dive deep into the most gripping stories of real-life experiences. If you love tales that evoke emotion, spark conversation and connect us all, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community for more captivating stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat.
My dad brought his mistress home. Mum and I, along with my little brother, are still living here. I'm 16 years old. Apparently, Dad has had a mistress for quite some time now, but he's been very good at hiding it so no one knew a thing about it. At home, Mum and Dad had a very good relationship. Dad's hardworking and brings the money home. Mum works, but she only works because she wants to and is passionate about her field, plus it prevents boredom. Well, last month Mum was tipped off by someone that Dad is having an affair. There was no big scandal or anything like that. Mum was shocked but maintained her cool. They had long talks about this and Dad basically said he loves them both and can't break up with either. Mum told him that she doesn't want to divorce, doesn't want to move out because she loves the house and the location. She doesn't want the kids to move between households, etc. She told him that he still has to fulfill his duties as a father and husband, provider to her as the mum of his kids, which was later staunchly supported by my paternal grandparents. Mum told him that they as a couple are done, so he's free to bring his mistress in to cook, clean, iron, do laundry, shop, in short, take care of him if he wants to, because she won't do that anymore. My paternal grandparents strongly took my mum's side and told him that if he divorces or neglects us, they're disowning him, which involves lots of money. And they'd fire him as due to the company's internal structure, the only person who can permanently fire my dad is my grandpa. The mistress said she doesn't care about marriage or stuff like that, so she was okay with it. So now we all live together. Mum, Dad, mistress, me, and my younger brother. Mum kept the master bedroom, and Dad and the mistress renovated one of the guest bedrooms. The mistress is very nice to us, but it's a very weird atmosphere. I feel weird interacting with her.
Last night, I found out my wife cheated on me, and I haven't slept a wink. I am a 34-year-old man married to a 34-year-old woman. We are both of Muslim and Indian background. Last year, I was the happiest man in the world, as I had thought. I had married the most amazing woman in the world. She is beautiful, educated, and smart. Spending every day with her was a delight until last night. Over the weekend, we went for her birthday dinner to one of the fanciest places in town. While taking pictures of a fountain show outside, I happened to see her phone passcode. I was not going to immediately pry on her privacy and trust, so I kept that feeling of opening up her phone for a couple of days. But then I remembered a few things which had caught my attention before. Her texting on Telegram. She had told me this was for her mental health support group, and a peculiar name coming up on her call log and WhatsApp messages. Now, she works full-time and has a successful career. She also works in a team with mostly men, and she's the only woman. She also comes from a religious family, and therefore dresses in headscarves and cloaks. She doesn't interact with any other male if it's not pertaining to her work. Doesn't have more than a couple of female friends either. Last evening, while she was in the shower, I opened her phone and went straight to the WhatsApp messages. I remembered the name she used to get notifications from and opened the chat. The first thing I saw was, "I love you so much," said from the other side. My body went cold while going through the chat. Just a week ago, she went to Germany for a work conference. Well, that's what she told me. Well, she in fact went to meet her lover for 10 days. This trip was being planned since February of this year. She told me her company was processing her visa to Germany as the trip was work-related. Because she was in the shower, I hurriedly put the phone back and we went out for dinner later. The whole time during the dinner, I was numb from the inside. She was acting all jolly and touchy towards me. We came back home, sat on the couch going through Reels and TikTok, then got into bed. Even though I was acting as though everything was normal, my fingers and toes were icy cold. She went to sleep, and I kept on thinking of grabbing her phone and taking it to the bathroom. She is a deep sleeper, so I managed to find the right moment and went into the bathroom. My heart was pounding. I opened her chats again, and I went through them slowly now. Turns out, she had met him back in January this year. That time she had told me that she had 3 days of work in a city nearby, and she wanted to spend time with her mum, as she is old, and they hadn't spent much time together since the wedding. She was paying for the hotel stay as well as she had sent him the booking confirmation. Turns out her lover is her former boss. He is German and almost 60 years old. And now everything clicks. She married me because I come from a liberal family and wouldn't mind her working and traveling. She could have never gone to Germany for work if she was still living with her parents. We are Indians, and this is quite normal. She is also religious to an extent, and she did mention that she used to talk to guys and meet them in the mall for dates. I mean, that's how we met from a Muslim matchmaking app. I was planning a family with her, travel with her, and would have tried my best to keep her happy. But this is all a blur now. Sorry for the long post, as this is my first time posting something like this. Her brother keeps asking her what her next plan is, and she says she has a few ideas. Just don't know what to do anymore. Her brother was in on this as well as he lives in the UK and was able to travel there with her since I couldn't join her due to visa requirements. I don't know what kind of sick games these two are playing with me. I am HIV positive and it's ruining my life.
I found out I have HIV a couple of months ago. It was completely devastating to me. My ex and I had broken up the month before. We had an open relationship, and I was completely in love with a friend with benefits I had. When I was diagnosed, that friend with benefits was understandably very scared. We had had a lot of unprotected sex over 2 years. He got tested and was fine. But he said we shouldn't have sex for a while. But I know what that means. I'm still trying to get over that. I know he didn't love me back, but all I wanted was to be with him. I was happy just sleeping with him. I felt blessed and privileged because I considered him to be absolutely perfect, and he was so amazing in bed. I really didn't want to lose him. He's still around. He replies to my messages. He never messages me though, and there's no flirting anymore. I'm really struggling to get over him. I recently went on a trip and met a guy at a bar. I kissed him but stopped myself from sleeping with him. We were texting about how we should sleep together. He said I was hot. He was into me. It seemed we were going to be sexually compatible. I was proud of myself for trying to get over my friend with benefits, and I really miss having regular sex. Today we were talking about how it had to happen, so I knew it was time to tell him. I told him I was HIV positive and that I was undetectable and I cannot transmit it. I also gave him an out and told him I would understand if he wasn't interested anymore. He said he was sorry I had to deal with that and that he was fine with it as long as he couldn't get it. I was happy about that. When I was first diagnosed, I really thought no one would ever touch me again. Sex is very, very important to me. I was stoked that this guy was okay with this, and I thought, okay, if he's okay with it, other people will be too. A little bit later, I noticed he blocked me. I really wish he was just straight up about it. It hurt. Now I'm back to thinking I can't have sex anymore. The timing really sucks. I am single for pretty much the first time ever. I just moved into my first place alone. I desperately wanted to be promiscuous. I can't talk to many people about my situation, and I really did just need to get it off my chest because I'm upset. I've had to deal with so much recently, and I don't know how I'm coping anymore. I'm sad. A few edits from reading the comments. I did not contract HIV from being irresponsible. I contracted it from my ex-boyfriend who told me he was clean when we first got together. He thought he was. He wasn't. And then my friend with benefits was the first person I slept with entering the open relationship. Yes, I should have gotten tested, but I trusted my ex and he had no idea. My friend with benefits did not blame me at all. A lot of people are shaming me for my lifestyle when in reality, I would have it regardless. It wasn't from sleeping with tons of people. Yes, I should have used protection with everyone, but there were a couple of people I trusted enough not to do that. Saying I deserved it is messed up. I do actually plan on staying single as long as possible, probably forever. My friend with benefits showed me how amazing sex is, and I was excited to experience that often, and with lots of different people. I have taken the past couple of months to learn how it's like being on my own, and I'm ready to have sex again. To the person who said I was intimate with someone without telling them, no, I wasn't. I kissed him. We didn't even make out. There is an absolute 0 chance. If it were about to go further at all, this is when I would have told him. But instead, I just went back to my hotel alone. As soon as sex seemed like a future possibility, I told him, and he blocked me after telling me that it's fine. This is what's upsetting me. A future of rejection. Yes, I'm aware I have issues. I've been through a lot in my life, and I am actively working on it, and have made a lot of progress in the last few years. To everyone that defended me in the comments, you are all appreciated, and I need people like you in my life. To the several fuck around and find out comments, there's no need for that. It's horrible.